So for today's dynamic trader video, we can have a look at the trades from yesterday. Going to do the same sort of thing we do most days, really, is just go through the training, learning the strategy a little bit, and also finding out about the opportunities that came through from yesterday. Now, what I'm not going to do is go through every trade over, say, a 7-hour period. Two reasons. Number one, it's going to be the most boring video ever. And number two, you're not really going to be training for 7 hours, are you? It's just not really a feasible plan. What you're going to do more likely, and the better way of doing it, so you don't get bored, you don't start to get a bit not frustrated, but you don't start to make sort of weird trades because you're kind of losing focus. You're going to go into bite-sized, hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, a little plot of a couple of hours, and then you take some breaks. And maybe you come back to it a little bit later on. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. And we're going to be focusing on the higher volatility times typically when we look at the US 30. Now, what we're looking at there is over the open and towards the close. So typically the the golden times are sort of 2 till 3, and then that's sort of half 7, 20 past 7 through till to 9, quarter to 9, something like that. So that's when you tend to get more of the volatility coming through. You get some great moves otherwise, but that's what we tend to focus on these videos, just so there's consistency. What we don't want to be is accused of cherry picking or anything like that, or picking just the best trade of the particular day, even though it's at totally different times of the day and so on. So we just tend to try and be a little bit more focused and in these sessions. Now, let me get to it. So look, we had the first trade from 2 till 3. We can look at that first block there, and the first opportunity came on the close of this candlestick. And what we're seeing here is how the market's starting to break lower. What we've got here is on the close of this red candlestick here, we can actually see how the price, it closed on the base there. We flipped the arrows, so the arrows were pointing up. Now they're pointing down, suggesting downtrend. So the close that bar is when it flips. Open at that bar is when we're going to go. Why are we going to go? Well, these lines here, the red lines there, they were green. Now they're red. They're suggesting a turning point and also in line with the downtrend. Again, we can look at this line here, the orange line. Is it orange? Is it blue? Blue is an up, orange is a down. So what we're seeing is here, we're sort of harmonizing those indicators with the market. We're getting a confluence of indicators telling us that this market is more likely to fall, hence the short trade there. Now, I'm not going to go into the full details of this because frankly we haven't got time, and that's what the coaching program is for and so on. But there was a sell trade there, and actually straight out of the gate, a really nice way of a really nice profitable opportunity. And remember that when we're doing this, you might have seen previous Trade of the Day videos. You're going to look at a couple of options really, or three options if you like. Number one is you can go for a fixed target. You put your target in, say 30 points away, something like that. That's a good one, a good number for the Dow because it's kind of volatile. You could trail it according to the arrow. So you see the arrow there as the market moves down, the arrow is going to start to chase behind it. Or as you become more skilled at this, you're going to start to manage according to your psychology. So you might start to move your stop, you're going to use a bit of discretion, you might start to move it a bit tighter and so on. But I don't really want to go through that in these videos because again, I could be accused of cherry picking and making it up as I go along, and I don't think that's fair. So what I want to do is really focus on the rules-based approach, which is how our new dynamic traders get started with this. And of course, as they become better, then their skills are going to improve. So we've got the sell trade here on the open of this bar here, 29374. It's a 2-minute chart. So this is a big fall, and it's a big fall over 4 minutes. And you can see how it continued to go. Really big sell-off right on the open. And this was actually the best trade for yesterday, the 6th of February. And you can see how the stop is really starting to chase down. As the market will start to flatten, that stop will continue to chase down, tightening it up, locking in those profits as we go. So as we get to this point, some of our traders, yeah, they'll already be out. They'll have taken their 30 points and they'll be off to the golf course or whatever, and that's fine. But some will be continuing to run this trade, perhaps according to the arrows, in which case eventually you get your stop placed in here at 29296, and it was a nice winning trade. This was about an 80-point winner. Some out for 30, some out for 80, maybe some out for a little bit more. Ultimately, this market fell about 120 points or so. You're not going to get every single pip of that, so it's unreasonable to suggest that one really might. But a really nice move there. And crucially, this is a rules-based approach to trading. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through some more trades for the rest of the day. And sadly, it gets a little bit choppier. We kind of, maybe give some back a bit, sort of break even for the rest of the session. But that's okay. And I think it's important to go through that because it's not all about winning trades. It's about managing those trades effectively. It's about being in the markets. And it's about running according to a specific trading plan. So it's a nice sell trade there. What I'm going to move through to now is the latter part of the session. So as we move through to 7:30, there's some great moves here, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to focus on those because, you know, you're going to be in it for 7 hours. Probably not. Lovely buy trade there, lovely sell trades here, and so on. Some fantastic profitable trading opportunities. Again, another buy trade. But I'm going to move through to, let's get rid of that. It's going to move through to 7:30. Where we have our first trade there after the sort of 7:20, 7:30 time. And what we have is a buy continuation trading opportunity. This is slightly more advanced. We don't get into this for new traders necessarily. And it's a bit annoying. You know, we're up sort of 10, 15 points straight out of the gate. But then the market really does start to flatten out and we get knocked out on the stop loss there, which is disappointing. It's about a 15 point loss. So pretty irritating. But then it's fine. It's part of trading, you know, and I think it's important to go through that sort of stuff. Then, though, we do flip short, and then for the same reasons like we looked at before. So suddenly the arrow was pointing up, now it's pointing down. It's above us, it's pointing down. We've got the red lines here, we've got an orange line in the middle. We're starting to suggest lower prices. Again, how are we going to run that? A couple of ways. You could go for your 30-point targets, pretty smelly right at the beginning, but it doesn't take out the trailing stop. The market continues to move down, and it's a significant fall on this trading opportunity as well. So really nice winner there as well. Really aggressive pullback. So some people holding on, they'll have only made 15, 20 points on it, but there was a good 30 to 50 points on that fall there available if you're able to get on these trades using these dynamic trader indicators. So overall, a positive day, a little bit challenging, a couple of tough trades in those golden times, but do you know what? That's it. That's normal. You know, it's not all about 100-point winners or 150-point winners. It's about moving through the process. It's about picking up 20, 30, 35, 40-point winners and keeping that account progressing in the right direction. And yesterday, 6th of February 2020, was a fantastic example of that. And hopefully you found that a good session to go through there. If you like these videos, please do me a favor, hit subscribe, hit like, and you can then tune into more of these videos in the future. All the best and have a happy day.
If you would like more information about trading the right way, Trend Signal is giving you the opportunity to see and hear about its services live at a free online seminar. Take a look at the Trend Signal website for the latest events and to book your free place.